Picture this. A remote mountainside in the Peruvian Andes dotted with more than 5,200 enigmatic holes, etched into the earth centuries ago by ancient hands. It's a riddle that's puzzled researchers for generations, and now groundbreaking new research might finally reveal its true purpose as a bustling hub for trade and record-keeping. But here's where it gets intriguing. Could this site hold clues to how early civilizations managed their economies, or is there something even more controversial lurking beneath the surface? Let's dive into the details. High up on Monte Sierpe, affectionately nicknamed Serpent Mountain, in the southern Peruvian Andes, sits this extraordinary Inca-era monument. These holes aren't scattered haphazardly. They're arranged in neat, ordered grids that stretch out in a long band, split into blocks containing just a few dozen divots each. The entire formation spans about 0.9 miles, 1.5 kilometers, with each hole measuring between 3 to 6 feet, 1 and 2 meters, wide and plunging up to 3 feet, 1 meter deep. Some are even lined with stones, adding to their sturdy, deliberate design. Interestingly, the site is positioned near a fortified settlement and crossroads of ancient roads that existed long before European colonization in the 16th century, hinting at its strategic importance in connecting distant communities. Archaeologists first documented this peculiar spot back in the 1930s and conducted surveys in the 1970s, but progress has been slow. As study co-author Charles Stanish, a professor of anthropology at the University of South Florida, explained, the location's isolation from modern development has meant there's been no rush to investigate further. It's simply been preserved in its natural state. Over the years, experts have floated numerous theories about what these holes might have been for. From fortifications and storage depots to accounting systems, water collection, fog harvesting, or even gardening plots, the possibilities are as varied as they are speculative. Hypotheses regarding Monte Sierpe's purpose range from defense, storage, and accounting to water collection, fog capture, and gardening, noted study co-author Jacob Bongers, an archaeologist at the University of Sydney in Australia. The function of the site remains unclear. For beginners wondering what that means, think of it like debating the purpose of a mysterious tool in a prehistoric workshop. Was it a weapon, a measuring device, or something for daily chores? No single idea has dominated, leaving room for ongoing debate. But a fresh study, published on Monday, November 10th in the journal Antiquity, is changing the game. Researchers use cutting-edge drone technology to capture detailed aerial images of the site, revealing a mathematical patterning in the layout of the holes. This organization into sections and blocks mirrors the accounting and record-keeping techniques used by ancient Andean cultures, suggesting the holes were more than just pits. They might have been part of a sophisticated system for tracking goods and transactions. To dig deeper, pun intended, the team analyzed samples from inside the holes, including plant remnants and sediment. They discovered pollen from crops like maize, which doesn't travel far on its own, implying that humans intentionally brought these plants to the site. Bulrush pollen was also present, and it's known that people in the Inca kingdom, the powerful group that likely built the monument between AD 1000 and 1400, crafted baskets from this material. As Bongers put it, these data support the hypothesis that during pre-Hispanic times, local groups periodically lined the holes with plant materials and deposited goods inside them, using woven baskets and/or bundles for transport. This paints a vivid picture of bustling activity, where communities gathered to exchange items, perhaps under the leadership of the Inca kingdom, which boasted a population exceeding 100,000. For context, barter markets were a common feature in the Peruvian Andes during that era, especially along major trade routes. Neighboring villages might have flocked to Monte Sierpe as a central marketplace within Inca society, fostering economic ties and social interactions. And this is the part most people miss. When the Inca Empire conquered the Inca around the 15th century, the site could have evolved into a collection point for tributes and taxes from local groups, adapting its purpose to fit the new ruler's needs. It's like how a town square might shift from a farmer's market to a government hall over time. Flexible and functional. The drone images also highlighted striking similarities between the hole's arrangement and Incan quipus, those fascinating knotted cord devices used for record keeping. For those new to the concept, imagine a string with knots in various patterns, like an ancient abacus or spreadsheet, allowing Inca accountants to tally goods, dates, and even historical events without writing. Researchers have uncovered quipus in similar grids at Inca storage facilities, pointing to a shared method for sorting and counting items. Variations in the number of holes per block at Monte Sierpe might even represent differing levels of tribute from nearby towns, a subtle nod to hierarchical taxation systems. This discovery adds a rich layer to our understanding of how Andean peoples shape their landscapes to encourage gatherings and exchanges. As Bongers emphasized, this study contributes an important Andean case study on how past communities modified past landscapes to bring people together and promote interaction. Our findings expand our understanding of barter marketplaces and the origins and diversity of indigenous accounting practices within and beyond the ancient Andes. In essence, Monte Sierpe wasn't just a collection of holes, it was a living testament to the ingenuity of pre-Columbian societies in managing their economies. But here's where it gets controversial. If this site was indeed repurposed post-conquest, does that mean the Inca Empire was simply adopting and adapting Chincha innovations, or were they imposing their own systems in a way that erased local identities? Some might argue it shows clever cultural blending, while others could see it as a form of economic domination. And what about those lingering hypotheses like water collection or defense? Could there be multiple purposes, or are we overlooking simpler explanations? What do you think? Was Monte Sierpe primarily a marketplace, a tax depot, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with this interpretation, or does it spark fresh ideas about ancient Andean life? Skylar Ware is a freelance science journalist specializing in chemistry, biology, paleontology, and earth science. She served as a 2023 AAAS Mass Media Science and Engineering Fellow at Science News, with her work featured in publications like Science News Explores, ZME Science, and ChemBites. Skylar holds a PhD in chemistry from Caltech,